I'm taking a stroll down to the bakery solo today. I've got up at the usual time, in fact half an hour later, at 7 o'clock, letting John sleep in because he's a little bit tuckered out from his exertions yesterday up the Isran. The organisers have decided to cut today's stage short slightly, the organisers being us. The plan is to do the Galibier and then the Isaward is what is down on paper, but I think we're just going to do the Galibier rather than the Isaward, which does save us about 1,000 metres of climbing, which I think will be much appreciated come the end of the day. Fingers crossed. So I did have a bit of knee pain yesterday, which could be due to the 7 days of 8-9 hour riding. There's Big River. You probably can't hear me over it. Yeah, trying to maybe do too much. So hoping that that's just a blip yesterday. I've woken up today and it's fine, but we'll see what happens. We've looked into it and basically there's no way around going over the Galibier, which is a tricky situation to be in, but we'll manage. I'm going to load myself up with painkillers and hope for the best. Okay, my contempt for the town of Modane grows stronger with every interaction with it that I have. So the bakery, which is the only thing open in the entire town, doesn't take card. I should have seen this coming, and I do have cash in my bag, but I didn't bring it, so that's on me, I suppose. Didn't give you the lowdown on Bart's van yesterday and the grub that we got from there, but I'll leave that for John to fill you in on, because I think he'll be quite forthcoming. John, review Bart's burger van.
I mean, the burger's not terrible. It's just when he says, my burger is ridiculous, you're like, oh, this is going to be a fucking great burger, like a big old burger. And then he tells you what's ridiculous about them is that they're tiny, and you get 2 little, like, Happy Meals without the toy.
For 14 euros.
For 14 euros.
Okay, we're about 1 kilometre into the Telegraph, or the start of the Galibier, whichever way you look at it. Knee isn't great. The plan is the escape route, just turn around and get the train to Briançon. Hoping it doesn't come to that. Taking some paracetamol, but don't want to end up ruining the rest of the trip.
Sam's begging for a lift up the hill. He's got a dicky knee. Wonder how it's going. He said he'll pay.
No, it's just me, not you.
It's just him. Seems promising.
So things have not gone well, but I have managed to get a lift to the top of the Telegraph with a lovely lady who's watching the tour in her caravan. John is riding the rest, but my knee is giving me all sorts of pain and it seemed the right thing to stop. We're only going as far as Valois. I'm hoping once I'm there I can get another lift or see how I'm feeling, but...
Well, Sam's got himself a lift up the bloody Telegraph, the helpful French lady, leaving me alone with the gradient. About 9k to go or something. And pootling up here. No pressure, no music, no distractions. It's just me and the gradient. Arguably the most spectacular portion of the ride to date. Sweeping vistas. Fuck knows where Sam is with his new lady friend. I passed him a while back, stopped in a lay-by. Wouldn't like to speculate. Allez, allez, allez! I was saying to Sam, but I'll say it again on video. I enjoy these little yellow distance markers because they say the gradient, and so you know if it says 4 you think that's going to be easy, 5 or 6 you're thinking not too bad, 7 like that one, 8, 9 you're thinking going to have to get stuck in a bit here. Touch of this.
The eagle-eyed among you will have noticed that I'm back on the bike. For how long? Place your bets now. Just had a stressful lunch, bickering. Was that? Yes, I mean, there's been a fair bit of bickering. I think the bickering. From you. I mean, John's trying to offload all of his belongings onto me while I haven't got a lift secured to the top. So not only have I got to sort my shit out, I've got to fucking take. There's my other lift. Yeah, so things are uncertain currently for today and for the rest of the trip, to be honest. Trains and other connections obviously aren't great around these parts. So what's going to happen? Haven't got a clue. But I seem to be going okay at the moment. The vast quantity of painkillers I've taken may be doing something. Watch this space, I suppose.
set a route.
You've got to film in landscape, you bell end.
This is the kind of tone I'm having to deal with more and more regularly. Because Sam's mismanaged his nutrition, so he's a little bit bonky. We don't know where we're going. Where are we
We're
going?
going back down there,
Back down there?
onto the main road and heading into town.
Do we still have to do the ascent at the end?
Perhaps not.
Okay. Because we just routed to the town, but we haven't routed to the, we're actually staying.
We're not going to look right. Alright, we're done. I reached an ATL on the way into Guilest.
Dodgy knee.
I had a bonk, I had a dodgy knee, I was dehydrated, and I was just fucking sick to the back teeth of you. John finally got on the front to do a pull and then sped off at 250 watts, dropping me immediately whilst I was bonking.
I thought that was the vibe.
We've had a few drinks, and basically tomorrow's off. My knee is too bad, so we've got to get to Marseille. Looks like the easiest place to get to from here on a train, and then from there to Nice, which is a shame, but otherwise we're fucked because there's not the proper transport links.
So we could get a train. We could go all the way to Nice tomorrow.
We could do all the way,
and then we could see how you feel next day,
and then do a little up way up Cold Airs. Not a bad idea.
New idea. Just about to come to the end of that whole bag.
Very cool.
What are you doing now, Sat?
Doing my favourite thing, which is tucking into a gelato. So, much like the tour of 2024, we have finished our trip here in Nice. Tour fever has gripped the town. Everyone here is dressed as Jonas Vingegaard. I see Tadej Pogacar lookalike over there. Everyone's having a swell time.
There's a toilet.
Johnny. We're in, we're in Nice. We're not in Nice, but we've made it to the Mediterranean. We were in Nice by a series of trains, about 8 hours total yesterday on the trains, but had to be done. But it does mean we get to a nice, sociable, sensible distance bike ride around the kind of famous climbs of this area. So we've already done the Col d'Ez, and we're now making our way to the Madone. Seeing as it will probably be, will be the last proper climb of the trip, we're going to drill it. We've got no bags on the bikes, so we're feeling sporty. It's going to be good. Knee is fine.
It's going to be PBs up the Madone.
PBs up the Madone. So final vlog possibly of the trip. Had a brilliant ride, John and I, this morning around Nice, doing Col d'Ez and Col de la Madone. John is gone. Left for the airport with a bag full of packing stuff to get a bike box at the airport, cardboard one. I've just messaged him to check in how it's going. Turns out one of his sandals fell off the back of his bike as he was traveling there, so he's currently wandering around Nice airport just with one shoe, struggling to get checked in. There's a big queue. I think he's very stressed out. I've got the tour on. I've now got to sort out my own bike, trying to get the cardboard box situation. As I mentioned previously, if you remember back, I've got silly carbon one-piece bar and stem, which means that normal cardboard boxes don't really work. So I've been walking around Nice like a rubbish collector, just grabbing all the cardboard that I can find. I did go to a couple of bike shops and try to get a bike box, but no one had anything. But fortunately, it seems like it's cardboard recycling day, so there were just quite a few piles of decent looking cardboard on the street, so I was just gathering it all up. So we're back in the UK, in Stansted. The bike seems to have made it in one piece. Well, I don't know yet, but according to John, you've got to check for any damage before you leave the airport. So I'm gonna build it up here and hope for the best.